Grand, rising, powerful being. If Valentine's Day makes you sad and you don't feel too good because you don't feel the love or you don't feel the joy, I'm going to be talking about creating joy and releasing the love that's inside of you. So tap into this episode. If every Valentine's Day you don't got a boo, your boo left you, if you feel sad and depressed and you don't feel that good, today's episode is to uplift you, to remind you of something that you already know, right? So this isn't a new session of learning, it's a reminding session. And what I want to remind you is that love is something you release, not something you find. And then joy is something you create. That means that you can release and create today. So you don't need nobody, you don't need a gift, you don't need like a balloon or chocolate for love. All you need is yourself. So if you want to keep listening to this message and growing and remembering that what you need to do is release love and create joy, keep listening to Ed Talks Daily. Shout out to you listening. Thank y'all for tapping into another episode of Ed Talks Daily. Once again, this is a podcast, which means that you can actually listen to it and watch it. You can watch it on YouTube at The Holistic Motivator, on my Instagram, The Holistic Motivator, Facebook, The Holistic Motivator. But if you want to listen to it officially on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the podcast apps, make sure you go to edtalksdaily.com to subscribe. And at the same time, text Ed Talks to 561-510-9605. You're going to be added to a text messaging tribe where you're going to get exclusive announcements when I'm going live, and also you're going to get bonus things about the podcast. So if you want to stay in the loop, you want to keep growing with me and the community, text Ed Talks to 561-510-9605. That's Ed Talks to 561-510-9605. Thank you for tapping in. And remember, this podcast is all about growth in all aspects in your life. How do you solidify a great mindset that will lead to a healthy body, healthy relationships, and an in-tune spirit? This podcast is how to grow in all areas of your life, how to become the best version of yourselves, of ourselves. If you want a podcast that's going to motivate you, a podcast that will inspire you and educate you on ways to personally develop, Ed Talks Daily is for you. So make sure you subscribe, leave a review, and let me know what's up. Now that I've done the intro, I'm going to get straight to the subject, y'all. Joy is something that you create. So let's repeat this again. I create joy within me, and I release the love. We're going to say that one time, then twice, and we're going to say it 3 times. I create joy within me, and I release the love. Right? So the state of mind that you are in throughout the day is going to determine how you show up. Sometimes you show up resentful, angry. I'm sick of everybody. Why is your face bothered me? Right? So sometimes we're so sick and tired that we make ourselves sick and tired because we're thinking sick and tired thoughts. And if we start the day with like, man, nobody loves me. If we start the day with like, they only use and abuse me, then we keep that momentum growing. We don't want that. So we don't want to go back to a state of saying I'm unlovable. Say I'm lovable. I'm love. I am full of love, right? We don't want to go to the state of saying nobody wants me. Say, look, God wanted me. That's why I'm here. You're like, man, was I an accident or no? No, you was purposefully placed on this planet. Yes, of course, this is a way to transform your mentality. We're going to get to some down nitty gritty as well. So guess what you have to say? You have to make a determined and deliberate effort that you're going to choose what you create and not suffer what you're recreating with past thoughts and beliefs. You're going to have to make a decision to consciously choose how you want to create yourself or whether or not you want to recreate the past. So if every Valentine's Day was a certain way, there is a certain aura to that Valentine's Day. So if every certain holiday or day around the sun that comes back again, 365 full circle, if they come back around and you didn't grow or heal from the last situation, the time doesn't just come, the emotion with the time come. The time doesn't just come, a whole bunch of different things come. Okay? So guess what you need to focus on? You want to focus on creating today. You don't want to focus on recreating last 3 Valentine's Day of you feeling really, really bad, because guess what? You're also going to now keep the cycle going. But what if today we change our mentality and how we're going to go today? What if today you say, hey, I'm going to celebrate love in a different way, not just romantic love. I'm going to realize how loving I am as a being, how much love I have, and I'm going to give that freely to every person that I meet, to the people that's closest to me, to the tree, to the animal, to my neighbor, to somebody in the store. And you walk around that way and you exude love, and you stay in the exuberance of joy and love, and you put these together, the heart and the lungs working together. Now that is a beautiful thing. So today, say, I'm going to create the day. I'm not going to recreate the past day. I'm going to create today. I'm not going to recreate the past emotional states that limit me. I'm going to create within me a certain energy of love and vitality and joy. So create the joy, release the love. So somebody says, why not create love? Love is the force that keeps us going, keeps us growing. It's part of all of us. And it's not something you create. It's something you make yourself sound enough to be able to experience and share freely with others. So you don't necessarily create love, you experience it. Right? You want to experience the love that's already residing in you. Somebody said, well, they took their love away 10 days before Valentine's Day because they didn't want to give me a gift. And obviously I was not number 1. I was number 2. I found out the hard way. Oh no. They didn't take your love. Listen, they departed, and when they wait, they took their love with them, but you got your love in you. So they didn't take your love. They didn't take your heart. They didn't break it. You still got it. You are love. Okay, so nobody can walk away with your heart in their pockets, okay, or your vagina. They can't do neither. Or they can't do neither. Okay, they can't take the iron with them. Okay, TMI. Okay, but anyways, what I'm saying is this: your love is not your body part. Your love is not you being splurged. Love is not the time they spent. Love is an energy, untainted, unbreakable. It's what keeps us moving forward as a human race. So if love is eradicated, then you will almostly die, right? Because love is what keeps us growing. Somebody says, I don't believe that. To some extent, you are fighting for survival. You are going to work because you love yourself, you love somebody, and you got to protect and provide for you or somebody or your future seed. It's like that's the basis of it. You show up to do your work as far as your talent, your gift, because you have a love in your heart for the world, because you have a love for yourself, and you want to make sure that you bring your best self out there. So everything sprouts out of love, even when we hide away from it and we don't even think about it. So we have to say this: love is not something I find. Love is not something somebody gives me. It is something it is me, first of all. It is the universal energy of God that keeps the human race propelling forward. So I can never get in love. I can never lose love. I could only get out of touch with it. I can never lose love. I can only get out of touch with the love that I have. So now you got to say, I got to give myself some more self-love. So somebody want to know, what do you mean by that? Okay. Self-love is not determining what you're worth or your value on the basis of other people's acceptance or other people's, like, how they value you. Okay, that's not self-love. That is codependency. That's not self-love. That is almost like you're depending on somebody else's expression of your spirit, of who you are, in order for you to find out and say, oh yeah, they called me beautiful, therefore I must be beautiful. Oh, they call me this, therefore I know. Love is you realizing that you are made in the spitting image of God, right? Literally, to the earth, created, molded you. Always, you were molded, spitting image of God. Kingdom of God is within you. The infinite agape, unconditional love that created the world was placed inside of your body, so you were never made deficient. You are efficiently created with a lot of love. Now, you might say, hey, but why am I not in a relationship? Okay. Listen, I'm not here to get in that subject today. But what I want you to focus on today is understanding the relationship with yourself. Because it does not matter. Look, if you're looking outside of you and your self-worth is on a complete basis of whether somebody else says they love you or whether they bought you a gift or didn't buy you a gift, then it means that you don't even need to be in a relationship because you have not been in a relationship long enough for yourself. Sometimes in order for you to be proven to be able to get in a relationship, you must have a relationship with yourself heading towards a specific direction, so that way when you meet another ship, you can get into one ship and move forward. But you have to have somewhere you're growing to, and then find somebody else that's growing to that place, and then you grow to that place together, rather than you just sitting down and somebody comes with a boat and they say, what you got to bring onto the boat? And he say, me, I got boobies, abs, and fire as vagina. No, that doesn't work. A guy says, look, I'll put it down on you, and I'll give you compliments. No. What is your vision? Where are you growing to? What is the direction for your life? It has to be deeper than your body, because the body will wither away, right? But what you create, what you leave, your legacy is much bigger than how sexy you look, how your abs look, or how your booty is popping, or how your breast is look, how plush your lip is, or whether your baby hair is lied down. That is not the point, okay? So we are so carnal that we're not even looking at it from a spiritual perspective, okay? So in your singleness period, you are showing, you want to show the universe whether or not you are a good single person. In order for you to get with another single person and become single together. So you're like, what do I mean? If you're not able to be single together, heading towards a direction in a one boat, then you're going to depend on the other person, and you're never going to really build a relationship. You're building a codependency where your self-worth and value is on the basis of what this person does or does not do, what they say or do not say, what they believe or do not believe, how they see you or do not see you. So then now you completely lost yourself. So now you have to be able to find yourself, and then you're going to be able to, when you reveal yourself, now you're able to come together in a relationship. So you're like, okay, I don't have nobody right now. Well, best you not say my value is on the basis of whether or not I'm in a relationship. No, best you say, look, I'm going to fortify and strengthen my relationship with the divine, because I then will experience the unconditional love. Then I will be able to freely give that to everyone I meet, not just the people I'm in a romantic relationship with. All right. So the thing is, we say we're going to find this one person and we're going to really love on them. We're going to give them the ultimate love. They're going to be a sweetheart, and it's going to be feel like chocolate on a Sunday morning with sunrise and sunsets and breakfast on the beach, and it's going to be beautiful. But every time we walk past another potential mate, we like, don't talk to me. And you said potential mate? What do you mean? You never know how many times you pass somebody that you can actually very well connect with. But you are so busy looking for that one person to give all your love to that you don't even reveal and release and share your love freely every day enough for you to attract the love that you want. So you are walking around pissed off, frustrated, angry every single place you go to, and you're wondering why you're not in a relationship. Well, fix your face. Somebody said, that's rude, Ed. Yeah, fix your face. Not in the sense of you not looking pretty enough. No, you got to change the way that you are walking around in your mannerism. Like some of you, you're not attractive because you're not attractive. Your face is closed off. It's like, don't talk to me. Don't come to me. So you think it's the basis of how you look. It's really on the basis of how you are presenting yourself. Or whether you're presenting yourself to be open. Is my heart open or is it closed? Whether you're presenting yourself to be defensive towards everybody else or accepting or open. Some people are so masculine in their ways of being, and they're trying to attract a masculine person. Okay, let's say perfect. Some women are so masculine in their ways of being, and they're trying to attract a masculine man, but every man that they meet, they're trying to turn them to a woman by talking to them like they're not a man. And then you expect to have that type of, no, it does not work that way. So some of it is not only loving yourself enough, understanding that you're connected to divine love, but it's checking yourself. And here's what happens. Most people don't want to check themselves. When they get to the point of, oh, let me look at my qualities and characteristics. Oh, no, I feel uncomfortable. Let me run away. I can't check myself. But they want to hear the positive, feel-good stuff. But you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. I'm not going to come here and just throw daisies on a pile of shit and say, go ahead. Oh, look, just think about the daisies. It doesn't work that way. No, boo-boo. It don't work that way. So guess what? You got to check yourself so you don't wreck yourself. So I'm saying, look, first of all, the love that you're searching for is within you. You already had it. You never lost it. You don't got to find it. Nobody's going to give it to you. You simply enhance it when you meet that other person when you aligned. But then if I just left that alone and said, okay, that's it, you'd probably be single forever. I want to come and also say this. I'm single myself. Cultivate yourself in such a way where you attract exactly what you want in your life. And don't hide behind your insecurities, flaws, false laws that you've been living by and call them, oh, that's just me. But they are not like that. That's just me. And every person that you walk into, you so aggressive, right? You so aggressive. You shutting them down and you wondering why they don't want to deal with you. Well, because you're not even giving them a chance to be who they naturally are. So you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself instead of blaming everybody else, right? Or you're doing some slimy stuff, right? You doing some slimy stuff, but every Valentine's that you feel bad about not having a Valentine's, but you've been doing some slimy stuff. You got to check that slime. So part of changing the cycle is not just going in the corner singing Kumbaya and saying I'm full of love and saying doing the meditation, but it's also transforming your character so that year to year you can evolve. Because best believes, hey, you don't want to just say, well, I'm connected into the divine love and feel the love of God and be a nun. A lot of you want to get married. You want to have relationships. You want to have kids. You want to have that boo thing. You know what I'm saying? You want to have that queen in your circle, in your corner. And that's true. So this also says, look, I am also going to work on myself, become a better person as a single being. Right, where I'm more in tune with my childhood traumas, so that way I'm not showing up as a little girl or little boy to everybody that I meet. Right? Part of being loving and free loving is really not just operating out of your memory. It's being present. A lot of people are not present, so they can't give the presence of their love. They can't give the present of their love, the present of their presence, because they're still stuck in the past. Right? So I've been in relationship with girls where I'm just like talking to them, but they're not looking at me as a being. They're looking at all the people that they dealt with. Right? So somebody asks you out today, hey, let's go on a date, boo. Or you as a king, you ask another woman out on a date, and you going on a date with another woman, and she's like, everything she's talking to you, she's really trying to look at you and compare you to the last 5 people she went out with, and she's not seeing you. You know, that's not fair to the guy. Right? So then let's flip it around. Let's say as a guy, you going out on a date, you trying to find your wife, but you so caught up in the game that, you're not really trying to find your wife. You just trying to get in the box, right? And you like, I want to get in Pandora's box, but you just want to get in her box, and you wondering why the songs are not playing long enough. They keep switching the tracks. So guess what? Look, what you want is, you want a relationship that can last and you can build a legacy with. Where you're at is, you're still in the boy state of, you just want to get into the punani. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's part of the nature, right? And you got to get yours one way or the other. But what I'm saying is, what you're saying is, you want to be in a long-term relationship where you want to build and fortify a family. But what you're actually doing is, you're spending your money to get in the box. So basically, you're buying the box, but you're trying to mask it as a relationship, and it's not working for you, because although you get what you want, you're also spending money to get what you want, and then you're also getting what you don't want. Right? Because then the adverse is being played against you. So now this woman, and both sides here gotta listen. You run away, fine, who cares? Get the nice kumbaya sweet message, but get the raw and down and dirty ones too. So the other girl is now, you know what, I'm going to use that to use him to get what I want, and I'm going to turn that around, and now we have a whole toxic. Then it's not even love, it's just using. You're using them, they're using you, and you depart. I've used you, you use me, we go our separate ways. So it's 2 abused persons, right? Leaving their way, each wanting to one day get in communion with one person. But the way that they are acting and their practice is not ready. It's not getting them ready for how they're supposedly going to be in marriage. So like you're dating, but you're cheating on everybody you're dating, and you want to have a relationship where it's in one page there's no cheating. No, what you want in your marriage is what you have to do in your dating life. What you want in your dating life is what you have to be in your personal life. So you have to first create your character. You have to be able to be in a certain way, understand certain things about yourself, to then present that long enough in relationships, that then long enough prolong into the marriage, that then long enough goes into the family structure of which you wish to build. Right? So this is not just about creating love and releasing it's not just creating joy and releasing the love inside of you by understanding you're connected to God and the infinite love of God is within you. It's not just understanding that you are enough. It's not just understanding that, listen, nobody else dictates how much love you have, because love is infinite, right? Love is not it's running out. Oh, I got 5 gallons of love left. Oh, I got 10 relationships. Each of them took about a gallon. So now I got to do the whole math. How much love I got left? You know what? My heart is closed. No, it does not work that way. It's not like, I ran out of love, so I have to close down the store in my heart. Love is infinite. It's when you say they have the love I need, that's when you are mistaking codependency, or you are mistaking using for love. Okay? So we have to dismantle that belief. So that means you have to be satisfied without the relationship, because you have a divine relationship with God. But at the same time, if every year you realize like, oh man, this year's happening the same way, maybe there's something in your character you have to refine. Right? Maybe you were in a relationship and you actually just sabotaged it right before Valentine's Day, because you were so busy judging the guy who's just trying to figure out their life, just like you trying to figure out your life. And you're like, man, I don't know if I can see long term with this person. This person is not where I want him to be financially. Yo, are you where you want you to be financially? Are you where you want you to be? But you got to see where the vision of a man or woman is. You got to see where the heart of a man or woman is. You got to see what the actions of the man or woman is, or whether the integrity of the man or woman is, to determine whether you're going to stick right by her or him. It's not on the basis of where they're at right now, but it's on the basis of who they're creating themselves to be, and how dedicated are they to that creation. Look, God judges a man and woman on the basis of their works, not just on the basis of their bank account. So listen, God might say, look, Ed, you have a lot more to do. Listen, on the basis of the abundance I have given you, man, you should really have this much. However, with the vision and the works that you put forth, you already really have it. You just don't have it completely yet. Just keep on doing work. Just keep on doing the work, my faithful servant. So some of you, you're being pulled so much by everybody else's thinking that you can't see another human being anymore. You're simply seeing a social economic status. You're only saying, is this person have high value or not value? And you're not seeing the innate value of this person, because you have not seen the innate value of yourself. So now you're not only judging the man on the basis of how much money he has, you're judging yourself on the basis of how much pounds you got. Now somebody said, oh man, you built like a truck. We know who said that, right? So like, people are out here listening over and over and over and not really realizing that instead of complaining about like, yo, you can't track a man because you're overweight, you should be working on yourself to make sure that you're healthy. Not because you feel bad about your weight or your body, but because you understand the power that lies within you to create joy, peace, love, and you know that being unhealthy does not work. And I'm not saying being overweight means you're unhealthy. I'm saying if you're unhealthy and overweight is a reason why you're unhealthy, you might want to work on that. Not because, oh, they're going to like how I look. Because you're going to love the way you feel. You're going to love the way you walk. You're going to love the way you are able to go up the stairs, run. Hey, play with your kids. That's the beauty of it. But you can't base your life on my values on the basis of whether or not my booty looks big, my breast looks good, or I have slim waist. That's not your value. Your value is that you are a powerful being full of possibilities. Why would you want to settle for the bottom? Why wouldn't you want to settle for the scraps? It's understanding your worth It's not just saying, hey, oh, because I'm valuable, you got to pay an exact proportion to my value that I've quantified and how much money you should make a year. No, because of my value, you have to be a type of person that sees their innate value, that has a vision, that has works to match that vision, that is in their gift, that has attained a certain level of maturity. Therefore, I can grow with you. But if you didn't get yourself that way, but you expect everybody to go that way, they say, what do you bring to the table? Me. Okay, who's you? Be like, well, hot girl mentality me. Well, that's not you. So you have to reveal you enough so you bring the true version of you to the table. So we got two beings bringing their true selves together, creating a beautiful creation. That's love. Is not something you find in the other person. It's something you both bring together and and you make it much bigger, much more powerful in synchrony, and that creates a beautiful thing in the world. Okay, so this message today is not you saying, well, I am love, I am love. It's also you reflecting, you seeing, look, man, there's things I was the problem many times in those relationships. Look, somebody said, oh, wow. Sometimes you gotta really sometimes you have to look at yourself and say, look, every relationship I get, I'm not in a relationship with another person. I feel like every relationship, I am in a combat with my dad or mom. And I'm literally dating my dad or mom every relationship, and it's not been working out for me because I have been operating from a childhood place I need to heal. So some years that have to break through for you. If it's today, great. Because when will the cycle stop? When will the cycle of codependency, when will your abandonment issues stop affecting your relationships, because you have started to heal and acknowledge them instead of running away from the knowledge of? Most of us, we don't want to step into the awareness of what we need to change because we don't have to want to do the things that's necessary to shift and change, because we're afraid of dealing with our shit. We're afraid of facing the truth about how we've been being, because we categorize the way we're operating as who we are, when the way we've been operating is just the way you've been letting yourself operate up until this point. And the moment you say, hey, listen, I'm choosing today to create joy in me. I'm going to move. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to get in joyful situations. I'm choosing today to release the love in me by being loving, by letting go of resentment. Look, resentment is poison to you. You're resentful towards somebody who's not even thinking about you. Who's losing? You're creating sickness and cortisol in your body, and they're going through their day. So you will not be hurt for your anger or by your resentment. You won't be hurt for your anger or for your resentment. You're going to be hurt by it. So you have to forgive and grow, not for their sake, but for your sake. Forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. Okay, so you're like, man, this person hurt me, this person hurt me, this person hurt me. I'm closed off to the entire world. To close your heart from giving love is also closing your heart from that love being expressed unto you, for you receiving. So today, you have to say, hey, my heart is open, my lungs are open. I am letting go of sadness and grief. I'm creating joy inside of me. Okay, those are powerful affirmations that we set together collectively as a tribe doing Rise and Prime this rising. And it was a very powerful, today was a powerful Rise and Prime. If you're not part of the holisticlifestyletribe.com, why you're not? You're missing out, right? So the affirmation was, I am not missing out. I experience life and joy inside of me. I am not missing out. I experience. Why you think everybody is going to dinner and having beautiful Valentine Day stuff, and you're like, I'm missing out. Guess what? Home is inside of you. So I need you to get in the love of you and you. I need you to understand that you experience life within you, and you can create loving situation in yourself. You can create love, light, peace, happiness all in you on the basis of how you're thinking, how you're seeing, and how you value yourself. So I want you to really think about the people you love, not just romantic love, your kids, your spouse, your brother, your sister, your parent, those you serve. God, I want you to go back to the love that you feel and you felt different times in your life. I want you to bring it into your heart. I want you to feel how that feels. I just want you to exude that today. Like that's it. Just exude it. You're just going to go out and freely be more loving today. And now you're going to find yourself experiencing the love because you're giving it. The gift you give is given back to you by the very act of giving. So you're like, man, to give love is to experience it. Yes. To share a smile is a smile to your spirit. To share to give a hand out is actually to bring something in. Right? So when what you give freely of joy, a smile, of love, of extra care is what you receive. It's like the universe, the forces that be brings that back to you. So guess what? Express gratitude and love to the Most High as well as you see the trees and oxygen. Like, thank you for the trees, God. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the air. Be in gratitude today. Because how can you not love when you're in gratitude? When you look at the wonder that God has created for you, how can you not be in gratitude? Okay? So, there's a verse. And I would love to read it for y'all. I've been making sure that I include the word in all of my podcast episodes because we need to bring the word. We can't leave the word out. The word in the beginning there was the word, and the word was God. So love is patient. Love is kind. Okay, love. I need to read it as it is. Love is patient. Love is kind, man. So I should know. What? Somebody write down. What is the what's the chapter for that thing, for that verse? I know y'all know it because it's a very common. So somebody look that up. Love is patient, love is kind, so I can read it for the podcast folks who's watching this, listening to this all around the world. Just a quick intermission. This is a podcast, and my birthday is this Thursday, February 17th. Guess what, man? I've been pouring into you guys for years, man. And some of you never bought one of my products. I'm just saying straight up. But some of you have, though. So I appreciate you. But guess what, man? Y'all send me a love donation, bro. I'm not trying to make you feel any type of way. But I'm just trying to say, like, if I was here for you during my podcast every single day when you listen, send me a love donation. Go to Cash App, Ed Talks, or go to edtalksdaily.com/donate and just send a donation, whatever you got, man. Right? Hook me up. Because a lot of times the healer, is always helping people, right? But, very rarely do I even get a message, hey, how you doing today, brother? I do get it from some people, very few. But very, very likely do somebody say, thank you, man. Like, I didn't have no money. You helped me out. You was there for me. You helped me even though I never paid you nothing. Thank you. Barely get that. You know what I'm saying? And it's my birthday, so I want to change that. Let's change that, right? Let's elevate the people who pour into us every day. Don't just take what they got, run with it. Oh, I'm a free. I love the free. I'm going to take the free every day, but you never going to give nothing back. Not even a thank you, not even a review. I had to beg people to give me a review for free. Like, it's crazy. Like, you listen to this podcast. I'm going to say it like this. You listen to this podcast every single day. You mean to tell me you can't go and leave me a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts? Or directly on my website, edtalksdaily.com/reviews. Yo, that's not cool, man. So that's how I feel. And I told you, 2022, I'm gonna just express myself. So I'm saying this. If you want that same energy reciprocated, you want to be able to, like, you give that energy. So how do you give? Give thanks, right? A review. A donation, edtalksdaily.com/donate. Support me, all right? Because I do this work every day and I don't even charge for it when I should charge for this podcast. Somebody says, man, you talking a good game there. That's right, man. Where else will you get this stuff, this much valuable information for free every single day? All right? So definitely, y'all, if I've supported you, support me for my birthday. I'm trying to turn up on my birthday, and I want y'all to pay for it. Somebody said, man, you something else, boy. I am something else. Cash out Ed Talks. Okay. Cash out Ed Talks. I don't feel bad about it, y'all. Look, support the people who support you, man. You'd be surprised how much just words support you a long way, man. And you out here spending money on businesses that trying to kill you, man. But you won't buy my ebook, right? You won't get my pre-order for my book. You won't join the community. I'm going to tell it straight up to y'all. So let's read the verse. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4, man. I want y'all to remember this on this beautiful Valentine's Day. For those of you who are not word readers, word lovers, or believers, look, if you can read from a book man wrote, why not read a book from that man wrote inspired by God? I mean, come on now. So you could read every other book, but not the book. Like, that makes no sense to me. So should understand that, learn from everything. So 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4, we're going to start reading from it. This is New King's Version, King James Version. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity invite. It says charity. It didn't even say love. Okay. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. Whoa. Yo, that New King James Version, that is something else, boy. King James Version. Charity suffereth long. So look, charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. It is not puffed up. You see, like, look at that. Oh, I wish I need another version, right? Love is patient, love is kind. Look, rejoice it not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth. Okay? Let's read it from the top. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 1. Though I speak with the tongues of man and of angel and have not charity, I am becoming as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. Listen. Have not love. Look at what this says. It says, even if I could speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but if I don't have love, I am like sounding brass or tinkling cymbal. Look at that. It says, even if I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have his faith so that I could remove mountains, if I don't have charity, I have nothing. Look, if you have everything but you don't have love, look, if you have everything and you don't have love, you have nothing. So that means, why would you shut off from your love because somebody didn't learn how to love themselves? Wow. And then it goes to say, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profit me nothing. So that means you could go out here and do all the works. You could do all these good things, charity. You could do all these things, working with people, doing service. But if you don't have love, it means nothing. Wow, man. That's the power of love. Look, love is so deep and so powerful that they don't want you to love. They want to separate you so that you don't love. AI, artificial intelligence, cannot understand love because it's not logical. Like, why would this human do all of that for the sake of love? Right? So, like, I mean, just as like, yo, why would Christ, why would God, like, here's the ultimate portrayal of love. Why would God send his own son to the earth to die for people who speak blasphemy against the same God that sent the son? The same people he's trying to save kills the son that they've been preaching the word about. Like, that is unconditional love. It's to love so deeply. It's to love so authentically that you don't even do it because you have your own ulterior motives. It's because what you want and what you know is available for yourself and the people around you is way more powerful, more pulling than anything. And that's the beauty. So that is the love that we want to be able to have. right? The love for all living things, right? And that is going to then, of course, just bleed into your relationships and everything that you have. And that's my message, and I'm sticking to it. It's the Holistic Motivator, and I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to Karis. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Okay, so listen, you don't want to gain the whole world and lose your soul. You don't want to get all rich and say, look, I'm going to just ignore all the females, all the males, all the men and women ain't and I ain't just gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna be hateful, boastful, and I'm just gonna be about I got the bag. I'm an independent black woman. I'm a high value man, so I don't need nobody. I just get mine when I need it. I get mine, I get back on business. You know what I'm saying? God has called for you to create, multiply, to have dominion, and it's better done in a family, right? So even if you're in your singleness season, at least make that your preparation for the moment where you'll be able to run, when you're going to be able to lead your family. All right. And if you are blessed with the opportunity of never having a spouse, then you can do the full work of God divinely. Both is a blessing, to be able to create a family in this world and create a legacy and move and operate and share that love, or to let God use you where you become a vessel of expressing God's love and you do it that way. Listen, in the word itself, it says that remains in virgin has a stronger connection to the divine to be able to be used divinely. That's why nuns don't have sex. So because guess what? Then God is literally creating through you. It's as if you have made yourself a virgin like Mary, so God can deliver all of the gifts, all of the things that he wants to. Not saying you can't do that in a relationship. I'm just saying both of them is an opportunity. Whether you remain single forever, that's a blessing. Whether or not you get a family, that's a blessing. But in both of them, be loving. In both of them, be loved. And both of them exude the truth. And the truth will set you free. That's my message, and I'm sticking to it. It's the Holistic Motivator, and I want to thank y'all for tapping into this powerful message today on releasing love and creating joy. Love is for you to release. Joy is for you to create. If this was empowering, motivational, educational, uplifting, freeing, any of the vocabulary verbs that you want to put in it, here's what I'm asking for you to do. Leave a review. I done asked you a bunch of times, and you're like, I can't even do that. I just want to get the free word and go. Oh, that's nice. How about me? How about the podcast? So go to edtalksdaily.com/reviews. Leave you a review. Say how the podcast was. That's going to help the podcast grow. Why? Because I live for this, y'all. And if you help me, I'm going to be able to do more of it. So you're like, man, how can I help you some more? Cash App EdTalks. Or go to edtalksdaily.com/donate. Send a love donation. Because I'm doing this every single day for the free. And I would love that support from the tribe, from the community. So go to edtalksdaily.com/donate. That's my message. Most people don't like when you talk about money or when you talk about supporting your stuff. But we want to do both, because that keeps each of us growing. So remember, you have the unlimited power in you to achieve and release whatever it is that you have within you. But first you got to believe it in order to achieve it. And will forever miss all your talents, all your gifts, and all the great things you have to offer. So remember, let your light shine. Don't hide it. Don't dim it. It's the Holistic Motivator. Peace. Vibrate love.